After some technical difficulties this afternoon, we are finally getting this ball going. I think it's safe to say, moving forward with Wayward Guns Rewatch, we definitely need to figure this out like a few minutes ahead of time instead of like right before going live. What do you say, Kate?
Yeah.
Oh, third episode in, we already got our second baby demon cameo.
Yo. Yeah. He's a baby demon.
And she's a happy little squirt, huh?
We are now, since mommy's holding us, and we can't just detach from mom today.
Oh boy. Anyways, after freaking multiple delays, we're finally rolling with the second episode of the series. I apologize for Tuesday and Wednesday. Those were my fault. Well, Tuesday was the union's fault because monthly meeting, and I kind of have to attend that as an apprentice. Wednesday, I'll be honest, I just did not have the preparation done yet. And we're not even going to get into what tied us up on Thursday and Friday.
Mm-mm. My mouth won't go.
Yeah, Kate will if we even broach that subject, I'm pretty sure Kate will earn us an R rating on this episode within the first 5 minutes.
Yep.
So, we're going to jump right into the second episode of the series Supernatural. Oops, not pilot. I had fixed that. I don't know why that didn't save. There we go. That's better. But season 1, episode 2, Wendigo. And I will say my first vibe on this episode, I like the fact that they really dove into the suspense and horror feel for this one.
Yeah.
I don't know how well you prepared for this one, Kate, but
I know it pretty well. Just it's yeah. I'm as well as it's gonna go.
But after realizing how many awkward pauses I had and how much I was confused about the order of the episode for the pilot, yeah, I don't know if y'all can see the handwriting here, but I done my homework for this one.
He was a Boy Scout. I'm just
no,
playing.
if we wanted to talk about Boy Scout, we'd be doing a Smallville rewatch.
Oh, see, yeah.
Which honestly, I would have preferred that because Smallville is like my all-time favorite show. That was amazing. I loved it. Al Goff and Miles Miller are my heroes for putting that show together.
I've never seen it.
But
so.
slacker.
I'm just continuously watching Supernatural to the day I die.
There is more to the world of entertainment than just one damn show, Caitlin.
That's true.
Anyways, before I get myself in trouble here, let's get the episode guide up and give credit where it's due for the second episode. This one, once again, directed by David Nutter. Written by Eric Kripke for the teleplay, Ron Milbauer for the story, and Terry Hughes Burton as also for the story. And guest stars Gina Holden as Haley Collins, Alden Ehrenreich as Ben Collins, Graham Wardle as Tommy Collins, Timothy Weber as Ranger Wilkinson, and a couple other small bit parts. Oh, I also forgot Callum Keith Rennie as Roy. And let me tell you, Roy was a real peach in this episode. We'll get to that more.
Yeah.
But anyways, which one of us wants to start with the recap?
Oh my God, there's so much. Jesus. Whew.
No, he was not in this episode.
No.
Though, knowing that they do delve later on, apparently, since you give me that during the pre-pilot, they do delve into angels, demons, and God and the biblical. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes an appearance later on in the show.
I mean, it's not that.
No spoilers.
The view that they put it as is like, okay, cool. Like, that's the view that I have if I have to have a view on religion. God.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, well, since I just was, like, watching it for the 50,000th time, I'm trying to remember. So, how did it start? So,
well, it started with the cold open was a camping trip.
The camping trip.
Tommy, whatever you want to call him, and two of his buddies were on a camping trip at Blackwater Ridge, which, as you corrected me on the last episode, was the coordinates that Dean found in John's journal.
Yes, his dad left them.
It starts with one of the three buddies stepping out of the tent to go take a leak. Nature called. And there being what you could only assume is a bear attack. I will say right off the bat, one of our bit appearance guest stars in this one kind of got a pop out of me, because the one that was in the tent while the third guy, one of the two that was in the tent with Tommy as the third went to go relieve himself, was played by none other than Corey Monteith of Glee fame.
Not sure who that is.
He was the main character for the first 2-3 seasons.
Of what?
Glee.
Ew.
You. Until they really went overboard with the wokeness, I really liked the first few seasons of Glee.
It's Glee.
Coming from you, karaoke queen.
Gay.
Oh, great! Now we're now getting us canceled on from the woke culture.
Oh boy.
Well, Wayward Guns is no longer PG or PC, PG, PC, whatever. We're neither. Great.
Oh.
Anyways,
coming from oh wait, I can do this. I think
while the third guy stepped out to use the bathroom, you hear screaming. He disappears. The other two are getting up to go investigate, and you see Corey Monteith's character get ripped out of the tent by his head. Yeah. That cuts from there from the cold open to what is Sam at Jessica's gravesite.
Yeah.
Which was a nice sentimental scene until you realized it was a nightmare with the hand shooting up from the grave.
Yeah. Her hand.
As soon as her hand juts out of the grave and Sam wakes up, we get treated to our second classic rock song worth mentioning over the course of the show, "Hot Blooded" by Foreigner.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't. I couldn't even tell what the song they have in on Netflix. I couldn't even tell. Well, I could have looked it up, but actually, I will look it up.
Hopefully, by the time we reach like season 2 or 3, CW will have gotten things fixed for streaming and have the right music for your usage. Yeah. But "Hot Blooded" by Foreigner definitely fits the scene, because dude just woke up from a nightmare, so he's already going to have his heart pumping. Hot blooded. Not to mention it's Sam and Dean on their way to Blackwater Ridge to investigate why did John leave us these coordinates. Dean asks Sam if Sam wants to drive, which is something I didn't think would happen early in the series, especially knowing that the Impala is Dean's car. Which, by the way, can we talk about how awesome that trunk is? I want this car just because of the trunk.
What? See, it said Hot Blooded, but that wasn't the song that's in. I don't think it's going to tell me what they replaced it with on Netflix.
They likely won't because Netflix, I believe it's all just generic stock music that they fill in.
Garbage. It's garbage. Garbage.
Okay. Anyways, after the car scene while the boys are driving, it cuts to them showing up in Blackwater Ridge in the campground's ranger's office.
Yeah.
And I will say the vibe I got off of this, Ranger Wilkinson's a bit of an ass. Sam and Dean getting a little bit more information from Ranger Wilkinson about the disappearances from the area and about the fact that Haley is been calling him and wanting to have him go check on her brother's campground because she has not heard from him.
Yeah.
Jump straight to Haley's house where Dean and Sam, Dean more so is trying to get more info on what's going on, why she's so worked up over her brother out in the campgrounds. Love the fact that Dean right off the bat continues the streak of being a bit of a perv.
Oh, it's I think it's funny as the season goes that they go back and forth between like different like woman victims, whoever.
Oh yeah, believe me, we're gonna get to that because that's something I want to add as a bit segment in the show moving forward because I just got that vibe off of this episode and realized where it's going to go with this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to definitely go by the start with the keeping track of the female guest stars in the episode, given that both Sam and Dean are apparently a bit somewhat lady killers as the show goes on, and keep track of who has the which one is the better skirt magnet.
Yeah. Oh shit.
So anyways, while they're at Haley's house getting more information, Haley seems skeptical when answering the door that the two are who they say they are. Dean presents a park ranger ID with the name Samuel Cole on it. Wasn't sure if there was any significance to this name, so I did a little bit of research here. Apparently, Samuel Cole was an early settler of Boston in the Massachusetts Bay Colony and was responsible for opening the United States' first business of entertainment.
I know that they change it to they not change it, sorry. They use a Sam Colt. Is that right? Sam Colt. Yeah. They bring him in, which that's why I was gonna say I thought it was that, but no. It is just Sam Cole.
It is Samuel Cole on the ID. Anyways, they go to after meeting with Haley. Next scene, it goes to the bar where Sam and Dean are doing the research. They get to get the background of some of the missing campers. Mostly the video sent that they got from Tommy's computer.
Yeah,
that was
the last time he had called in or videoed in.
Now, the takeaway from this that led you to realize that this episode is going to heat up quick is the freeze frames that Sam gets in the background of the tent that shows how fast this damn thing is.
Yeah.
Like, it clears the entire background of the shot in like, what was it? 3 frames, which is less than which is like less than half a second.
Yeah. Fast.
They then go to visit the survivor from the 50s. I cannot remember what his name was. Let me see if it's listed here, because apparently I'm a slacker on that one.
I just was watching it.
Donnelly Rhodes playing Mr. Shaw.
That's the
Yeah, that was me about 4 hours ago.
Just me consistently.
Before I took my little nap. Anyways, they're interviewing Mr. Shaw about the survival of the issue from 50 years ago. And he gives a piece of information that is a bit disconcerting. The creature didn't break through the wall, didn't freaking smash through the door, but it unlocked it.
The door.
So whatever they're facing this week is intelligent.
Mm-hmm. Extremely.
Next scene is Haley, Ben, and Roy getting ready to venture out to find Tommy's campsite. Well, of course, it wouldn't be supernatural without the Winchester brothers coming in to save the day. They pull up and join the excursion. Haley, at this point, her skepticism gets the best of her, and she breaks down the fact that she knows Dean is not a ranger. It says, "All right, so who are you and why are you actually here?" He's like, "Well, Sam and I are brothers, and our dad's missing. We figured we're in the same boat, so let's try and find them together." Cuts to a brief scene in this cave where you see even more signs of the creature's intelligence, because it has the Tommy and I believe it was the third guy, not Corey Monteith, but the third guy, hung by their wrists. Turns around and eats not Tommy, but the other guy.
Yeah, you see you see him come in and eat him. Well, eat him.
Then we get to the scene of the guys of the search party going through the forest. Sam, trying to be the cautious one and keep everybody in tow, is saying, "Let's stick together. We don't want to risk anybody getting hurt by venturing off alone." Well, Roy's cocky ass pretty much says, "Stuff it," and goes on his own.
Yep.
Not really a big fan of Roy at this point. Then you hear what you think is Tommy's voice yelling for help. Again, that everybody takes off running to try and find him. Come back to the campsite and realize this thing is even more intelligent than we thought, because it stole their packs,
luggage, their gear.
And you realize that it was the creature making the calls, not Tommy. This is what makes Sam realize what they're facing this week. And if you can't tell from the title of the episode, I'll give you a reminder of that. If you can't tell from the title of the episode, the creature they're facing tonight is a Wendigo. It's getting late. They decide to hunker down and camp out for the night. Sam and Dean take their time to prepare the campsite where they're going to be staying with a bunch of
something symbols.
Anasazi symbols.
Yeah.
Which they used as protection runes. Now, I was looking up what exactly Anasazi symbols are, and I'm going to be honest, the only thing that pops up of note when you type in Anasazi symbols on a Google search is this episode, where it says Sam and Dean use Anasazi symbols for protection and to ward off the Wendigo. Gee, thanks, Google. That was a lot of help.
That's
but otherwise, Anasazi symbols are basically the Native American Native American tribe's version of hieroglyphs.
Yeah,
it was their way of leaving a written record. Dan and Sam have a heart-to-heart. Dean saying, "Look, Sammy, I'm the one that's supposed to be the hothead. What's up with this?" And breaks down their reasons to hunt, like why he's following Dad's journal, why he wants to hunt, and why it's the family business. The Wendigo attacks again. This time, I was happy. I was actually happy for once to see somebody get killed in an episode, because it took care of Roy's cocky ass.
Mm-hmm.
From the treetop, it ripped him up by his ears.
Head, ears. It looked like his head. It looked like he just grabbed him by the head.
We'll get more into this. We get the scene of them breaking down what the Wendigo is. From Sam. Ben makes a great reference here to the Donner Party.
Yeah.
Which I love it. You want to go real quick with the breakdown and lore of what the Wendigo is to this episode?
Yeah, like I'm just looking at some stuff. So like they do touch, they do go. Oh my God, go back. I'm using his slow ass computer. Give me a sec. How they do explain what the Wendigo is. Basically is a Native American like legend story that it could be it would be a Native American and or a soldier, colonial, people who were traveling and they would get cut off and from civilization to a point basically and find themselves starving and revert to cannibalism. And within the cannibalism, it basically cursed you, your soul, your whatever, that you developed and you turned into this creature.
Yes. The breakdown that Sam gave on the show is that it is a Cree Indian creature. Was a former human, as you mentioned, that was forced to turn into a cannibal to survive. Cannibalism giving him superhuman abilities, increased speed, strength, whatnot, durability. And they say that bullets are useless, knives are useless. All those two things are going to do is piss it off.
Mm-hmm.
Fire is the only way to kill it. And can we both just laugh at the fact that when they say the only way to kill it is fire, and what does Dean do? Bro makes a Molotov.
That's right. he was all excited to do that. Yeah, but I think it's actually from the Wendigo. I think this is like the first creature that starts to go upon cannibalism in eating human body parts, always giving you some type sort of immunity, immortality, superpowers. Basically, this is like one of the first episodes on one of the first creatures you find out about that. So, but that's basically that. Like it. I don't know if you want me to go on like with the Native American. Basically, the Wendigo is a mythological creature, or it's an evil spirit from the Great Lakes Natives or First Nations. I was just looking at a few. I actually want to look at
the image that you had seen previously when we were discussing the Wendigo, by the way, is an artist rendering of what the creature in actual Native American lore is said to look like. It's a bit different than what the episode projected.
It really showed.
And we'll get into that here momentarily.
Like they didn't give him horns or anything, but like some of these pictures, it looks like the creature, but just, you didn't give the horns or a deer basically looking face.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting from it.
We'll definitely talk more about how they changed up the look of this thing, once we finish the episode run through, like because we're nearly done anyways. But after they break it down and find the Molotov, and Dean makes his Molotov because he's gonna torch some shit. They start hunting the woods again, trying to find its lair. Well, it shows up and walks away with Dean and Haley. It's got 2 more captured victims. Sam and Ben are able to track it to an old mine thanks to, honestly, one of the most hilarious and well set up examples of Hansel and Gretel's crumb trail, because part of what Haley called out Dean about not being a ranger for is that you didn't bring any rations. You didn't bring a pack of food or anything. And he's like, sure we did. Pulls out a big bag of peanut M&Ms. Well, when the Wendigo captured him, Dean used the peanut M&Ms as the breadcrumb trail so that they could be found. Sam and Ben go into the cave, find Dean and Haley, release them from their binds. Haley sees what she thinks is Tommy's dead body hanging, but finds out he is actually still alive. They start working their way out of the cave, but they hear the Wendigo coming, and Dean pulls the major hero card here because he decides to play human bait, running off through the cave screaming, "How about some white meat, bitch?"
Dean.
Sam, Ben, and the rescued party work their way towards the entrance of the cave, but get cornered by the Wendigo. You're thinking that all is done and that they're screwed because you hadn't heard his voice, you haven't heard his shouting for a couple minutes. But right when it looks like the Wendigo's about to eat Sam's head, Dean pulls up behind it and blows it away with a flare gun.
Boom.
Cuts to the closing scene. They're loading Tommy into an ambulance. Haley's riding with him. And Sam, at this point, is now committed to let's kill as many of these bastards as we can.
Yep.
Yeah, all in all, I love this episode. Seems like it was a lot, maybe not darker as in lighting and setting, but it definitely felt more like a horror movie than the first episode.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, sorry. Okay, I'm just reading something right now, but keep going.
Like as the group is going through the forest, and especially once they get to the caves, it definitely set up a lot of like 80s slasher vibes.
Yeah. I won't ruin much for you either, but Tommy comes back later down the line.
Interesting.
It's not cool, but
oh,
he does come back.
But I just, it was a good episode. I liked it. See, we already covered Wendigo in lore because you broke down the Native American thing, or did you have more to go with that?
So, I mean, there's another side, not just cannibalism, that it's like a spirit. Wendigo is a spirit too. It's not just a human. Well, it is. The spirit goes like and possesses the human body. That's another way to become a Wendigo. But from here, with that view on a Wendigo, you can't kill it. It's still an evil spirit, so it'll keep wandering to the next person who could become a Wendigo. Usually with their bad, like, what was it, like greediness or weakness, stuff like that. Like the cannibalism, weakness, greedy, you're hungry, that kind of stuff. It could lure a Wendigo spirit if you wanted to go that route. But otherwise, it's, cannibalism, basically turning you into this creature.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna jump into like we'd already shown what the classic lore breaks down the Wendigo to look like. I did not like the way they played up the supernatural version. I'm sorry, this thing looks like it.
That's not the Wendigo.
It's not.
No.
Let me double check because I'm pretty sure that's the thing us.
At least, or then that means, because I have recently watched other episodes before we started doing this, and that is not. That is. I could ruin on what it is. Like I think that picture is of it. So that's not.
Here, I'm getting a better image now. And this is and you can't tell me this isn't it once I figure out a way to get this, because I'm trying to get a picture of the moment that Dean blasts the damn thing.
Yes. Yeah. There you go.
Damn it.
Oh, this is kind of cool. I like this. I mean, I'm not on my phone, but if I could, that's a good rendition.
I mean, the thing that I showed in the picture is definitely the one. It's a bit more shadowy, but this is the other rendition. Oh, damn it! Why are these links not wanting to work all of a sudden?
I mean, I could tell you what that is from Supernatural, what that picture really is, what scene it's from, what creature it is, because they probably somebody mislabeled it. It's very looks kind of like a Wendigo, but that's not a Wendigo. I have this really cool picture though. So, well, since I can't like add, let me see. Can I?
Oh, good Lord! Why are you, Mike? Why are us an image search here wanting to be such a pain in the ass?
Oh, I can't turn. I was gonna try to turn it around, but let me see.
Oh, wait a minute! I'm an idiot. Here, we're fine. Give me 1 second.
You need your diaper changed. Yeah, I wish I could turn my camera around. Nope.
Oh, here we go.
Get it?
All right, so the Wendigo, that is what you're seeing on the upper right, or on the right side of the screen now, is like the classic lore version of the Wendigo.
Yeah.
And from the moment that the thing's about to eat Sam's head, that is another image of it. Oh, crap. Wrong button.
Technical difficulties.
Where is the one? And where I was saying I was trying to give a shot of the moment Sam or Dean blew it away. Is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Those two, that and that, look pretty similar to me, Kate.
Now that I can ruin it. I can ruin it. I mean, y'all might not remember anyways, but that picture is a siren.
That's what they use. Man, I know a siren. I know what a siren is in other lore, and that's not what I expect.
That's what they're gonna use for the siren. I can't flip my phone, but I found this too. It's a deviant art. I think it actually was from his book, from John's book. But it's really cool drawing, and it explains like the Wendigo stalks the frozen lands of the north. Its clawed feet gouging furrows in the flesh of the earth. It's fatal. I can't even read that word. It's all scratchy. Breath steaming out in front of it. Teeth bared in on eternal snare. Its face, a skin-wrapped skull with hollow eyes and jagged, shattered fangs. Blood streaming from its foul, cracking lips. Its freakishly distorted hands, like white spiders, biting unnaturally long, bony arms. 10 feet tall, it stands on legs like saplings bent and broken, dragging its body forward with terrifying, impossible speed. Like I said, I think that's what they had in the journal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I have one more thing I want to touch on with this episode.
Yeah,
because you know I've been excited about this since we since I realized that Wendigo was the second episode, but Wendigo in other media, there's really only one that came to mind for me that I even cared to do the research for and talk about. And those of you that saw the episode description, how I mentioned a weird comic book tie-in, yeah, I'm sure you all have heard of the names The Incredible Hulk and Wolverine, right? Well,
name.
Wolverine's very first comic book appearance was in an issue of The Incredible Hulk 181, where it turned into a triple threat fight between Hulk, Wolverine, and the actual big bad of this couple episode series of The Incredible Hulk. But the first appearance of Wolverine was in an episode of issue of The Incredible Hulk where he was fighting the Wendigo. And the Wendigo in the comic book is a lot. I haven't really done the research on this one, so I'll be doing it as we fly. But the looks more like the Abominable Snowman than what we.
I've seen that before. I'm pretty sure my cousin probably has it somewhere. Oh man, I really gotta play that to get this creature out. Let me tell you.
Surprisingly, the Wendigo, I'm looking now, and find that it's actually not very bad or very much different. It says I'm on Hulk Wiki right now, hulk.fandom.com. Several people have been afflicted with the curse of the Wendigo, including Paul Cartier, Georges Baptiste, Francois Lartigue, Lorenzo Mauvier, and others. It says the curse is I can't talk. The curse is regional to the woods of northern Canada and takes place under the right conditions. When a person in the forests of Canada feeds on human flesh, this curse of the Wendigo was created by the northern gods in an effort to deter human cannibalism. The cannibal transforms into a superhumanly strong, nearly indestructible, fur-covered monster, the Wendigo. He or she then roams the woods eating human beings. The Wendigo has frequently fought the Hulk, Wolverine, and Alpha Flight.
That's pretty cool, actually.
So it's the lore and background of it, other than transplanting Midwest Native American tribes with Northern Canadian, with it being Northern Canadian, it's not that much different. Other than, like I said, it looks more like an abominable snowman than a deer-headed demon.
Yeah. I know we're going pushing, but remember I said that I also wanted to make one mention of a video game called Until Dawn. It's a really like butterfly effect video game. You make choices and how it moves and your game goes and how these people survive what is known as the Wendigo, which you figure out in this game. Now, and these pictures, I forgot that you do see it a couple times, look pretty much like the one they did in Supernatural. Like it's basically like they make it look like Gollum, like from Lord of the Rings.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Just put Wendigo Until Dawn. Child, I know we need to change your diaper. You're something else, child.
I'm getting it right now for you, Kate.
Yeah. I mean, when you think of a Wendigo, it does sound more like it does sound, and I picture a decomposing human body with like almost like a decomposing vampire-looking type of creature. Honestly, that's what I think of. Yep. There's a lot of other cool pictures.
I mean, it's definitely different than the other media versions that we've seen. I will say my closest comparison for the version of the Wendigo that we saw in our episode of Supernatural is, to me, it looked like a cross between like the old silent film Nosferatu mixed with an orc from Lord of the Rings. And Sam, once again, or not Sam, Kate, once again, there is other media besides Supernatural because she has no clue what I'm talking about when I say the orc from Lord of the Rings.
I actually now that I'm thinking about it now I do remember. It took me a second because I didn't really hear you the other night. Probably because I was fuming, but you know.
That's just default mood for you, though.
Yeah, listen. Shh. Anyways. But no, now I do know what you. Yeah, basically that and an orc. I see it. But that's just I mean, and like I said, there's just the Until Dawn way they make it look too. It's like the same thing. Like it just, bro. No, it reminds me of the way they make Professor Lupin as he's a werewolf in Harry Potter. That's what he looks like.
You know, damn it, Kate. We almost had. I thought we were about to see the first time in the 8 years that I've known you. I thought we were about to go for the first time ever an entire hour without you dropping an F-bomb, but yeah, just ruined it.
I know.
And yes, I agree with that take. That was the other thing that came to mind was Lupin from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The movie, of course, not the books, because I'm sorry, that whatever that creature was that they put in that movie was the last thing I would have thought of when I would have thought of a werewolf, but c'est la vie.
Anywho.
Yeah, anywho. Did you have a particular favorite scene in this episode? And let's see if we have the same answer. Probably not.
Honestly, it's whenever Dean runs off to distract the Wendigo.
How about some white meat, bitch?
Yep. How about some white meat, bitch?
Yeah, I figured that you would go with something off the wall. My favorite scene of this was actually at the campfire, Sam and Dean's heart to heart.
Yeah.
Like, you'll notice with me, a lot of my answers on favorite scenes are probably going to be ones that are very character driven or that like push the story.
I guess I won't always pick those because literally they have those moments almost
every scene that Dean's in.
Almost every episode, just about. It's always like a brotherly love moment, which I love it. I do. There's how many episodes again that we're going to be watching? 3.
Oh dear Lord. Let's check this. IMDb to the rescue. IMDb.
Yeah.
I believe it's like 328.
Okay.
Like I said,
300. It's 300 realm, and this happens about it almost every episode. Their brother bro moments.
How many? Why are you're really? Of course. Where's the freaking episode count? Oh, 327.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah.
But I mean,
this first one. Well, they sort of have one in the pilot, but
my thing is the first episode. It was they show the relationship like it's a completely different aspect of the relationship in this episode with that scene than they did in the entire first episode. Like the first episode, Dean shows up. He's like your all swagger, cockiness, and just kind of a douche to his little brother the whole way through. In this episode, with this scene though, it shows that Dean is like it seems almost like Dean, the way he's talking to Sam, comes across almost as like the rock that holds the family together.
Basically, you'll see Dean, that's his character. It goes back and forth, honestly.
And it definitely shows that even though he was a complete douche to him most of the first episode, the way he's sitting down with Sam, like, yo, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Definitely shows that whether he's an asshole to his brother or not, he does care about him.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
there was one other song that was played at the end of the episode. However, I didn't really get a vibe of it being used as a storytelling piece so much as just being there to be there and use more classic rock. But they also played Fly By Night by Rush as the boys were driving off after Sam committed to hunting. And Sam probably got some generic cha-cha music. I mean, not Sam, but Kate probably got some generic cha-cha music on Netflix.
Fuck yeah, I don't know.
Well, there goes the PG-13 rating.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. You know I'm gonna call you out on it every time.
Yeah, just don't mind me, guys. Doing the best I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest here. My 3 fields of freaking work, I have done food service and construction, and I'm a firefighter. You know, 3 fields where foul language are pretty common. And Kate here has way worse of a trucker mouth than I do. You'll realize that as the show goes on.
Bear with me.
Anyways, I believe we both gave the first episode on this, the 7 Circles of Hell rating scale. I believe we both we both agreed that the pilot was like on the bridge between the 6th and 7th circle.
Yeah, because I mean, it was the first episode, but like again, like they don't kill a spirit off like that ever anymore down the line. That was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
So, but it's still like your first average episode. Like everything's gonna get so much better. So like that's why I was thinking it's in the middle. Like that was just middle because.
Well, no, on our scale, that's actually pretty damn high praise, being between 6th and 7th circle. Because, as a reminder, 4th circle is like in the middle of the target, so that's your baseline. Anything higher than a 4th circle, like going in towards the center, is your knocking out of the park, amazing episodes, like your good episodes. Anything below 4th circle are bad episodes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which
I guess I meant to be like put it in the middle because it was good and it's the first episode that brings you in, but there's just so much more to come. So with this,
and I will say, going off of the second episode, Wendigo, with the horror story vibes they got on it, and with the fact that I feel like even though less happens that's driving the story, the fact that the episode really had me on the edge of my seat, I think I'm actually going to push the first episode back a scale and put that between the 5th and 6th. Because this Wendigo episode, I'm going to put solidly 6th circle.
Okay.
Like I thought it was a really good episode.
Okay. I mean, I was trying to think. I mean, I probably will go with a 5. That's my feelings on this episode. And oh boy, you're getting tired. You've been sitting up this whole time with me. Yeah.
All right, now we mentioned this new segment at the beginning of the episode. Skirt magnet scorecard.
Skirt. Oh my god.
Now, the first episode, Dean really going with the first episode. I mean, Sam's the one that actually had the girlfriend, so we're going to move him to a 1 for the pilot.
Yeah.
And Dean at a big 0. Who do we give this win to with Haley? With like, which one was she? Like, I say when she's introduced, Dean is the one that definitely says, "Oh, she's hot," and is like trying for it. But I honestly want to give this win to Sammy.
No, it was Dean. It was definitely Dean because it's like what you're saying. He's all like, "I'm gonna get the girl, flirt and stuff like that." But in the end, I think it was really Dean, like actually not being a jerk, kind of thing, trying to get the girl.
Yeah, I don't know, because at the end of the episode, when they're getting loaded into the ambulance, if you pay attention, Haley, her words are "thanks, Sam," and gives him the smile as they're closing, and her smile is directed at Sam as they're closing the ambulance.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. It was like a halfer for that episode.
I don't know. Ultimately, yes, there was interest shown with both characters, but I feel it was more Dean was interested in Haley with it being unreturned.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe we could give it to Sam.
So we're gonna give it to Sam.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to make sure to keep updating that every episode. So right now we're gonna say, surprisingly, Sam is in the lead, 2 skirts to none for Dean.
Yep.
All right. Works for me. I can't. I know. But that's all, folks. I can't talk tonight. We will be back with our regular recording time Tuesday night this week coming. So yeah, you're getting 2 episodes of Wayward Guns within 3 days. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
But I will say I'm excited for this next episode because I know who the guest star is. And I can't wait.
I think I know which the next one is too.
Did you have anything else you wanted to touch on before we call it a night?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, you can follow us both, but that's all, folks. Again, I can't talk tonight. You can follow Kate and I both at our personal Tinders. Jesus God. Personal Twitter pages. Personal Twitter pages. As shown on screen, mine over here at TJE Joker. That's TJEGUCUR. Kate's over here at Shaylee Carl. Yeah, whoops. That was a bad slip up.
I didn't even notice.
Make sure you're following us on Twitter at Wayward Guns for the show. And let me find this bad boy. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, see that logo, Running Force Productions? The best way to support us and help us start getting to the point where we are able to maybe make a little bit of money doing this to help get you guys a better product and get to the point where I don't have to kill myself working 70 hours a week on a construction site. And Kate doesn't have to take care of old people anymore at the nursing home, even though I know that's a very rewarding field and she enjoys it. We definitely enjoy this more. So to help us get to the point where we can dedicate more time to Wayward Guns to give you guys a better show, please like, follow, subscribe to the Running Force Productions YouTube channel. Running Force being one word. Otherwise, this is Geoffrey.
And Kate.
Signing off. Let me get that blooper. Oh, here we go.